intrinsic questions to kind of get the thought provoking of people, to kind of see where their mindset's at. It's
Mm.
very inspirational for a
Thank
person
you.
like me, a young person that just goes around and asks people questions just to get perspective. So I appreciate all you do because it's done a lot for my journey.
Thank you, brother.
My question to the both of you is, what is both of you guys' personal perspectives of the positive and negatives that cannabis can provide on the spiritual journey, whether it be crucial ascension points or affecting the thought processing of how you learn in certain phases, or like just importing grid line or energetic phases of the earth?
I'm trying to understand what the question.
Repeat it one more time, brother.
Repeat the question.
My apologies. My question was, could I get you guys' perspectives of the positives and negatives that cannabis could provide on a spiritual journey?
Oh,
When you're
cannabis.
trying to,
Cannabis.
yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear cannabis.
Oh, my
Um,
apologies.
well, if you're dealing with psychotropics, you're dealing with tapping into artificial means to get to a natural source. We've done it before, only after we've fallen. Usually, when you're dealing with tools, especially when you want to access the spirit world, when you have to deal with tools, it's because a lot of the spiritual organs within us became atrophied during the so-called fall of man. The fall of man is out of that equilibrium where we were etheric bodies and we were tapped into the one and could do spontaneous creation and so forth. But what we're looking at today is this particular suit, this avatar, has within it records of our past spiritual and really superhuman achievements. But because we eat a certain way, because we are into pollution, and because certain things have happened to us, we have to now take on tools in order for us to activate those parts of us that we just use thought to activate. Now we need the cannabis, we need the ayahuasca, we need all these other things that we use to communicate with.
Mhm.
Just think about it. Remember in your Bible, for instance, everything was created before man. There's no such thing as something that exists out of nothing. So the reason why what happened was when we began to descend into matter, we needed certain things in order to operate within that context. Parts of our minds began to fragment and to create certain things representative of our minds, which is why cannabis interacts so well with our pineal and with certain parts of our brain. It's because we created those, or in the condensation process, there are things that were expressed in lieu of and in line with those particular thoughts and those particular spiritual expressions. So the lion became the kind of courage or the kind of majesty. The elephant became the kind of, so everything essentially is an expression of our own creational emotions. And everything we're seeing around us is a reflection of what it is that was placed so called in the garden or the Gan Hedan, because it wasn't a garden. Garden is a euphemism for it. If you look at the Hebrew Gan Hadan, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, if you're using it, the recreational part of it blanks you out. It's an escape.
Mm.
If you're using it to achieve something, then its purpose has a greater result than just saying, okay, yo, let's kick back and smoke some trees. That's not it. We're not using it properly. We're not using the ayahuasca properly, the peyote properly. We're not using the mescalito properly. We're escaping from what it is it was supposed to be meant to do, and that is to trick us back into that place of peace, that place of harmony that gives us the joy that allows our hearts uh, to to engender what the soul was supposed to accomplish. So I would say be very circumspect when you use the cannabis and use it for a purpose and not just to escape.
Indeed. Thanks for the question, Sean.
Of course, of course. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Brother. All right. Let's get to the next caller. Dream JB. What's going on? B.
Hey, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Uh, Brother Rich, I just want to say those seven sacred prayers have changed my life.
Oh,
And I just
wonderful.
thank you for using your God power and being open and available. And I say I allow every day. And
Oh,
I
excellent.
appreciate you, brother. And that just
Thank
put me
you.
on a whole nother level. And Dr. Phil Valentine, I mean, and people who ain't got the set, like, buy it. Buy the God Power now. I'm telling you, do not hesitate and don't blink on it. And Dr. Phil Valentine, I mean, I've been watching since you was talking about Malcolm X and Obama. Okay,
Hmm.
like that, is,
That's
and
gonna come
I
out
hope
soon. It's gonna come out soon.
that's what I'm
Get
talking
ready.
about. I'm ready, and so I appreciate you so much, Baba, and you are a huge part of my life and me growing my mind. And my question is that I've always meditated, but I've been super focused on trying to quiet those things in my mind that are distracting me. And I think I remember you saying that there was certain things that like it'll be there, but how do you make it quiet? And so specifically for me, I wanted to ask, what are some things I can do to quiet those things as I'm meditating and trying to focus?
Mhm,
Well, it's a great question. We
mhm,
teach this in our university, by the way, for
mhm,
those of you who wish to join our university. What happens is you are resisting because you're paying attention to the catalog that you've created called memory. There are memories of certain things, even the most superficial things are clocked into your memory because they have an effect on the brain in such a way as to say, okay, this experience is superficial, so I'll put it in the superficial pile. This
Hmm.
has real meaning right now, so I'm gonna put it in the
right.
real meaning pile. So what has happened now is when you're trying to still that, thoughts are things. They are alive. They are breathing, living, radiating, throbbing things. And they seek a fulfillment based upon the emotion that was put into them or the thoughts of I would say feelings and desires.
Hmm.
All of them are there. And what happens when those thoughts that have the greatest impact based on the greatest impact of experiences, they tend to come up and want to nurse from your attention.
I
Your
see.
attention become the breast that they want to nurture from. So they'll come up in your mind as soon as you say, okay, all right, the children are asleep. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sit back and have my day. All of a sudden, you start hearing, nah, 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 and you're in this place, you're saying, is the stove off? Or, no, did I pay the bill? And what's happening
Exactly.
is that these thoughts that actually occupy your conscious state are so embedded and so have become such an addiction that you have this unconscious need to actually have thoughts to chew on because no thoughts means that you're not alive because you've become inebriated by so much thinking that you feel you can't do without it and you need those thoughts to say, well, I must be alive. If I'm not thinking about something, something is wrong with me. So what
Hmm.
happens? What you do is when you go into the meditative state, you let everything yell and scream, but you don't pay attention to them. In other
Okay.
words, you don't give the attention to the thing you think is important to think about. Like, what is the most potent thing in your mind right now? What is the thing that's worrying you the most? Write that
Mm.
down. What's the most thing that you said is the most important thing that you feel it will affect you? Write that down. Am I having a disease? Write that down. I don't feel good with my headaches. Write these things down. Before
Okay.
you go into meditation, these things will become conscious things, not unconscious things coming into your mind to bother you because you're
Okay.
looking at them now. They're real for you. Okay, I have this thing, this problem that's been bugging me, and this problem that's bugging me is doing A, B, and a third to me. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, you know what? I know what that is, and I know what it's not going to be in this moment. And you're looking at all the things that are not, and then all of a sudden, once you know them and you articulate them, you go into this space and then they rush in and they're like crickets. You ever been at night and you hear crickets, you don't know where they really are?
Absolutely.
That's it. So when those thoughts come, just sit back and watch them. What you are doing now is you're becoming more married and more intimate with what we call the observer. because the
Mm,
observer is the only thing there is. We
mm.
allow our thoughts to circumvent what the neutral observer essentially is what it's doing. So we think that, let me just not rant on because I want to do this. Here, sister,
Okay.
when you're thinking a thought and it comes in your mind and you can
Yes.
actually hear the music or hear the voice or see the thing, what is the thing that's seeing and hearing it?
You just blew my mind. Hold on one second.
There you go.
That's it.
See,
Okay.
you see that you're not really your thoughts. You've been made to believe you are your thoughts because you behave in accordance with those thoughts. You change your emotion, you act a certain way because they rule you. But the thing that's looking at those thoughts, that's you, not the thoughts that you're looking at. Okay? So when the time comes and you go into meditation, sister, know
Hmm.
that what you're looking at is not real. It's just a replay. And you can switch it off at any time by not paying attention to what's on the screen.
You just blew my mind, and I can't wait to get off here just to meditate. I'm looking forward to it this evening. Thank you
Intention.
so much. I just put that in my toolbox. I
Mm.
All
cannot
right.
wait to exercise that. Thank you so much.
You're much
Brother
welcome.
Rich, I appreciate you. Dr. Phil Baba, thank you so much.
All right. Take care, Dream.
Take
Peace.
care.
All right. Peace. All right. Let's keep it moving. To C Master. C Master, what's good, brother? What's your question?
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
having me.
Yes.
Gratitude, gratitude.
Yes, sir.
Ah, one question. For those specially gifted individuals, at what point will we access full full access to those, will we have full access to those abilities? In regards to like a time frame or a portal or a particular alignment.
Well, it depends on what your sensibility is. What is your what is your receiver capability? What is your receiving capability? How
Mhm.
open are you to become aware and vigilant as to when that download happens? When is it that you feel that you are vulnerable, the most vulnerable? Because that's the time when the download comes. When you're in fighting mode, you're in a whole other mode right now. You're in active mode. Yeah.
Right.
But
I
when
get it.
you're vulnerable, that's the time when it's like, do I trust? And that's the big thing right now. It's very, very hard to trust anyone or anything today. And that's what they want. They want distrust. They want us to distrust each other. They want us to distrust the news, because every time it happens, they want you to believe it, and then after you believe it, what happens? It isn't true. So you're
Right.
addicted to this loop. So I feel that you have some deep, deep background. You have a deep spiritual background. I could sense that.
Ashe.
Yeah, that it may have gone through ancient Kemet via the Israelite, Hebrew Israelite energy. I'm not sure, but I'm
Very
saying,
similar.
yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm just saying to you that the fighting mode prevents. One is in fighting mode. That means you're in fight or flight defensive mode. But when you are ready to receive, you cannot be in that frame of mind. You cannot be in the sense of anxiety that takes over the part that actually receives that download. You have to be in a Ma'atian state of mind where you're not worried about anything or anyone. And when you become to that state of calm and you're not giving anything else importance over that, then you'll receive, brother. True that.
Copy.
All
Got
right.
it. Got it.
Th- th-
I've figured it out a
Yeah.
little bit, somewhat.
thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
for the.
brother
Thank you
Rich.
for the question, brother.
Peace.
All right. Peace, brother. All right. All right. Great question so far tonight, family. Once again, I'm live with Dr. Phil Valentine. We're doing a Q&A with the people. If you want to ask your question, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Uh,
Can I take a minute to send you my wife's
indeed.
yeah, hang on a second. You could shut off my. I could shut off my screen, right? Is
Yeah.
Should I cut off my? Yeah. Let me. Where's my screen? Stop cam for a second. All right. Sorry about this, Pam. Let me just do this for Brother Rich.
All right. All right. While Doc gets that together, shout out to everybody listening. Doc's about to get something to show us real quick. Shout out to everybody in the back waiting. We got about 2,900 people on here. What's going on with y'all? We had some good questions so far today. Some real
Yeah.
good questions. And shout out to everybody who called in up to this point. Um, and yeah, I'm learning a lot. The last question, well, the question about the meditation and the thoughts, Phil said some things that I needed to hear. That question about anxiety was powerful. I mean, it's just all a lot of thought provoking questions tonight. So I know y'all enjoying it. And yeah, we're gonna just keep it moving. Shout out to the sister who benefited from the seven sacred prayers. Make sure y'all get the workshop. Virtual workshop is going out October 27th with Dr. B. Serious and Billy Carson. Blueprint for God Power 2. I'm going to have Billy Carson on Friday, matter of fact. He will be back Friday, but make sure you get your ticket. If you haven't gotten your ticket, as you can see from that sister, people are benefiting immensely just from the bonus content. And we didn't even get to the main thing yet. Just from the bonus content, people are benefiting immensely. So, yeah, I'm glad that was the whole purpose. That was my mission, and I'm glad mission accomplished. Happy for that. You
Okay.
there, Doc? Okay, good, Doc.
Yeah. There is a what we call a pre. This is for the people who wish to put their names in. The name of it is New Life from Near Death, and let me just send that over to you right now. And the I'm sorry, hold on. The cover is in the yeah, the cover is in there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, you have it. Let me get back to you.
You emailed it to me?
Yes, I emailed it.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't know how to do it any other way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it now. I'm gonna get it now. I see. Yeah. Oh, this is a beautiful cover. Oh man, yeah, I like this, Doc.
Yeah, I designed it.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, yo. Hold up.
You you have no idea, boy. That book is
Let
a page turner.
Let me just share the screen real quick.
Hmm.
Yeah, y'all see that there? Wait, let me hold up. New life. Okay, I'll let you read it, Doc. I'm sorry.
Yeah, New
Go
Life
ahead.
from Near Death: How to Prepare Your Life and Health for the Unexpected. Remember, just to give you a preliminary, Dr. Lalani passed away temporarily in my arms, and just to give you the whole scenario, I don't want to give you too much of it, but with what she was afflicted, nobody knew. They had to send away to different research labs to find out what was really wrong. And because of her life and the way she lived her life, the doctor said she would not have survived had she not lived the way she lived.
Wow.
And what happened was she went through. I don't want to give you the whole thing, but it is. I mean, it's a page turner. I'll tell you. Even I was really moved by it. My wife can write her behind off, and so she weathered the storm. Took the most volatile methods against my wishes. She did it, and that's why you saw me had cut my hair off. We went bald together, the whole 9 yards, and because of what she did before that, they said that this thing triggered came directly off of it was hidden in her DNA, and it was not something that they found before earlier. This was something that just popped out of nowhere. Even the doctors, even I was surprised. So when I revived her and called her back, and she fought, and I'll tell you, you ain't gonna read another page turner like this. And the people who are going to be doing her publishing said that they're gonna put her on the New York Times bestseller list. but we want to do our own work first to get the people to know her journey and what she did, what she learned. So got put together. Well, the people who are working on the book took my idea, and I just took it to the next stage and interfaced her into that. And there you have the cover.
Mm. Wow. Can't wait to have Dr. Nalani on the show, family. Prepare so they could get on a list, you said.
Yeah, there is a link there I sent with you as well, and you just put that link there. I'm not sure what it's about because she said it's a book link. It's in my email, so I guess
Yeah.
she sent it to me to give it to you all. I really don't know what's in it yet because she just put that together. So if there's something there, you could either pre-order or there's something there having to do with the book, a breakdown. And she has all of what she did to survive this particular trial. She's putting into a work program that she will be in she will be. Oh no, get out of here. A little mosquito came in there. Yeah, she will be uh, laying out a whole program and how to survive. In other words, how to prepare your life and health for the unexpected. She's setting down the plans, what worked for her, and like I said, coming back from death. And you have to be there as a person. You have to see somebody you love dying in your arms and understand what I mean. Hopefully it never happens for any of those. To revive and bring her back. But she's a fighter, and you'll find out how much of a fighter in that book.
Excellent. I
Hmm.
just posted the link in the chat. I will also put it in the description of the video now that I have it in email.
Hmm.
Yeah, amazing story, Doc. Amazing story. Let's wait, how do I put it down? Okay. Oh, let's get to another question. Let me get
Yeah,
to this brother here. Reese Jordan, what's up, man? What's happening, brother? You got a question, my brother?
get your mic on.
You on mute. I don't think he knows he's live. All right, brother, we gonna have to come back to you. All right, brother, you gotta make sure you got it together. No, I can't wait, brother. Can't wait. All right, let's get to the next call. Tomio. Tomio Shaka, what's good, brother? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Come on, family. Y'all gotta have it together now, family. I told me I'm gonna have to get back to you, my brother. I'm gonna have to get back to you, my brother. Yeah, I can't hear you. Gonna have to get back to you. Let's get to Shamira. Shamira, what's going on, Shamira?
Hi, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
So this is my very first time honestly going to your live. I just recently watched you and Sister Myra when you guys were talking about the twin soul connection. That was my very first time watching it and I watched it today.
Excellent.
And I feel like I was drawn to it because from my highest consciousness and my highest power, I know I'm meant to be here to teach and guide as well.
Mm,
But because I definitely do have a lot of spiritual guidance, that downloads within me that I want to share with people or want to share with the world. And I'm just trying to figure out ways that, I can go about doing this, go about becoming a master guider and a master teacher and stuff like that.
What is it that makes you happy when you do it?
What makes me happy is that I can bring a new perspective than what's happening right now in the world. It makes me happy that I can give people hope and a new ground that the your life does not have to be as hard as it seems or as hard as people come before you. It just makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing what I need to do. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel like I am, of my highest power and my highest good when I'm doing it.
Well, I would suggest that possibly, if you are of the mind, that you could join us at our university because at our university we hone such talents. We allow such people to be able to understand that particular gift because it's a gift to want to help others. It's not just something that we will end up wanting to do. It's already dug within us, but those who have mined that part of themselves That's a very special thing. So, in order to hone and understand what you're getting ready to get into, I would suggest possibly that you go to www.uksnow.org and just browse around our university's website, check out our testimonials, and see what it is that other people achieve. We've had people from NFL, NBA, music, all superstars, and we've had regular people, truck drivers, mothers, and so forth. And so, if you have a special calling that you feel within you, that me will help you to actually to hone what that is that you want to do, because we cover the gauntlet, and part of what it is you heard me speak about as far as meditation, that is part of the curricula.
Right.
Indeed.
And to be honest, I don't know if your university costs money, but I don't have the finances or the means to be able to pay for that. So I kind of have to do mine with no money, start mine just by posting my voice, and I have to start from the bottom. You
Well,
know what I mean?
I'll tell you this: when we have, if we have 10 students, we do give we do have when we do have 10 students or more, we do have a scholarship.
Mm.
Indeed.
So
All
sign
right.
up.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, get active on social media, sister. Post, post, post. Get your
Yeah,
name out there, all right? Post, and the people will resonate and vibe with you if you know if the message is talking to them.
yeah.
All right, thank you for the call, all right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, peace. Let's get to the next caller, Danny Tarver.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Yes.
I said, you said get to know. I said me. Okay,
Mhm.
let's do it. Thank y'all for existing and, us being in this space with each other, this virtual space. Shout out to the family. Shout out to you, Dr. Phil Valentine. I started watching when I was like 16 or 14. And I'm 25 now. But I got a question. I wrote it down. Uh, it basically, and Brother Rich, you was just such a phenomenon. Like everything that you put out, it's just awesome.
Thank you,
So
sister.
thank y'all for y'all work and y'all existence. But so I'm really like focusing on my dreams lately. My question is, um, how like finding the message in my dreams and how does that relate to having a life path number 22? Because I've had some dreams and it was kind of crazy because like the last two dreams I had, well, not the last ones, but I've had two dreams where I've experienced the dream with my sister at the same time, and then my boyfriend that I'm dating, we experienced the dream at the same time. So I'm trying to, decipher more of what my dreams are telling me and how does that relate to my life path number 22.
Well, the first and foremost, you have to distinguish whether the dreams are just recalls of experiences recodified by the particular emotions that you went to bed with.
Mhm.
A lot of times, we have this feeling that somehow our dreams, which are telling us things, are actually just the food we ate right before we went to bed, giving us a confusion or giving us a potpourri of a whole lot of things that happened to us.
Mhm.
To do dreams, to do a definitive, what we call dream walk,
Mhm.
a definitive dream walk. First of all, you have to have cleared your mind in such a way that you dictate what you will find in your dream. That's when you know that you've tapped into a true dream and that you're actually picking up on the akasha, because the akasha, as I said in many of my lectures, is made of water, and water has memory. So
Mhm.
because you're all full of memory, we are mostly water.
Mhm.
Most of our cells carry memories even before we came back into our birth and came out of water. But what you have to remember is that in your mind, when you go to sleep, there's a practice that Don Juan, I don't know if you ever heard of Don Juan
Mm-mm.
and Carlos Castaneda.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
And
Carlos.
Carlos Castaneda. Read his books. Carlos Castaneda has a book called uh, Tales of Power.
Yes.
and also a separate reality, and Journey to Ixtlan, uh, Ixtlan, I believe. Those are three powerful books. Also, A Yaqui Way of Knowledge. This is the start of of Carlos Castaneda's trip. He was a student at the University of California, and he went to study the Yaqui Indians' way of sorcery. And he gave a practice to Don Juan where he said, meditate on your palm and look at the palm for at least 4 or 5 minutes without anything. Everything should just go blur. And that palm with all the lines and everything, study it as if you were studying an intricate design. And what happens is you must do that maybe a few days in a row. But what
Mhm.
happens is if you could find your palm of your hand and be conscious of the palm of your hand in your dream, that means that you've broken free and you've honed all of the memories that would be superfluous. You've honed that. Now
Okay.
you're in control. Now you know that your dreams and whatever you see in those dreams are because you are taking that walk in the dream.
Okay. Like a lucid dream or
Right.
like.
Well, it's not really lucid. Lucid dreaming means that you're aware of your surroundings. You're not going to be aware of your surroundings. You're going to be in a fourth dimensional space at
Mm,
this particular time. I've
okay.
done it many times before, and a lot of people wonder how it is I would predict certain situations. Well, all you have to do after you've learned to find your hand is that you could just study a circumstance, and then that circumstance is already indelibly etched because you've got pictures of it, you've got people talking about it on the news. It's already in the atmosphere as a memory program. It's an engram at that time. And
Yeah.
you're able to access that particular water with your water. It's becoming more and more precipitous. In other words, you have to go into a place of precipitation in order for you to go into a space of condensation, if you understand what I mean. The
Yeah.
precipitation, like when water leaves the earth and becomes clouds,
Mhm.
because it's water vapor. Well, you have to leave your body in that manner. You have to leave yourself in that precipitation mode while your body is there. And once you've learned to do that, there's an umbilical that attaches you out of the frontilicus farthest. There's an umbilical that keeps you connected to your body.
Mhm.
But be careful because the place you go to may be so beautiful, you may not want to come back.
Wow, wow. Hey, Danny, we gotta go, but I appreciate the question, Danny. All right, peace, peace. Let's try to get Tomio. Are you there yet, Tomio?
Peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now, brother. What's going
Okay,
on?
okay. Big fan of both of y'all. Big fan.
Thank you.
So, okay, can y'all go into detail more about the holographic principle in physics, and how does it connect to the whole one consciousness that we're in, like the giant hologram that we're supposedly in, right? Like, does it change the way we see our mind and body working together? Like, can y'all just elaborate on that?
Well, the brain is operating in the holographic and the hologrammic matrix. There's a difference between the hologram and the holograph. You have to understand that one is more tangible than the other. The hologram itself is just it's the Merkaba energy that essentially surrounds everything and keeps everything unified. Okay, but the holograph is what you write into that hologram.
Mm,
Do you see what I mean? Because
Right.
your mind, your own consciousness can see it from one perspective and someone else sees it from another perspective. It's what we bring to that threshes it out. So we have to be very careful what we write into our reality so that it does not reflect back into the gram. In other words, if you understand what I mean, the gram itself is a model for us to actually write our own destinies in. And we have this tendency because of education and because of religification that we have this cementing of a reality that keeps us bound. So we graphically keep ourselves bound. And isn't that what they do with the writing of the law? Isn't the law nothing more than graphics? Indeed. Well, the graphics begin with what we articulate in our minds, and then we put it into fruition, we put it into movement. So, what do you want to do with that space? is inner space first before it's outer space. So, what is your inner space like? Have you investigated that? Have you done an inventory on everything that you think about, everything you're motivated about? What are your addictions? What are your hungers? What is it that motivates? These are some of the things that tell you how your holograph is working within the hologram.
Hey, thanks for the question, brother. That was a powerful breakdown, Doc. Thank you, Tomio. All
Sir,
right,
peace.
all right, peace, peace. All right, let's get to the next caller, Mayor. Mayor, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Dr. Valentine.
hello, hello.
Um, I have a question, and I was wondering. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, what would I be when I grow up and stuff? And my message was, what is the message for me in in the youth for the future?
So, where are you now? What is your main? What is your occupation? What occupies your time?
It's this lady and his husband named Dr. Alim and Kadira.
Yes.
I went to them and she showed me how to do braces and stuff, and I made one, and I like that. So I think I might do that, but I don't think I'll do that for the long run. Maybe a side thing or something, but I don't know.
What again? As I said, what makes you happy when you do it?
Um,
What brings you
I don't
joy?
know, but I like art. I like art, like portraits and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. You're young right now. You're in your infant stage. You're in your trial and error stage. Don't be afraid to do any and everything at this particular time. Find yourself in the mess that's around you. See what it is that brings calm to you, what brings peace to you, what it is that takes you back into yourself. And then when you, after you've stepped away from it for a moment, you smile and you say, I did that. Nobody else has to be around. You don't have to prove anything to anyone except to yourself.
I
So,
was learning. I've been learning numbers and stuff, but I don't know mines. I've been seeing these numbers a lot. It's 11, 1, 10. That's the number I was born on, and I kept on seeing those numbers like 11, 11. So it's 1,
uh,
11, 1, 10.
wow. You know what? Brother King Simon and Brother Lois Treyon would have a field day with you. 11 is my master number. So I say that if you're dealing in 11, that means you're dealing in Scorpio energy.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah. So if you're dealing with Scorpion energy, you have to be careful. Your main thing is that you end up stinging yourself.
I have been.
Yeah. So you have to worry. Don't worry about anything. Just watch your actions because they have consequences. Think before you speak, think before you act, and always know that because, and you're very pretty, so that also is going to be working against you, not just the men, but the women that are around you. So be very careful about that as well.
Doc, Dr. Valentine, what did you have to say the last time I was on here? Because it was buffering.
I said you have to be mindful because you're pretty and you're
No,
beautiful.
no, no. The last time we were on the live together, it was buffering out and stuff. And when I watched it again, it did not say nothing that you said.
What was that? I don't remember. Oh,
The
you
number,
were,
my age.
oh, when you were young. Oh,
Yeah,
are
it
you
cut all
the
of that out.
little sister? You're the little sister that was there. You look older.
Yeah,
Okay, I know who you are now. Yes. I don't remember, but I was just saying to you that you had to make sure. I think I heard it, but if I do hear it again, because I don't remember what show that was, uh, Brother Rich, I heard what it is. I remember hearing what I said because somebody cut and pasted it and showed it to me that I said this to you back then. I don't know whether you didn't hear it. If you didn't hear it, I'll see if I can get it again. Send it to.
yeah. My dad told me about it, and he said that it cut all of it out.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
gotta check. I'm not sure. I
I
gotta go
forgot what
check.
it is I said. I say it because Spirit hits me with what I need to say at the moment.
Yeah,
But I am
yeah.
telling you to listen to yourself. I'm saying to you, be mindful of the people around you, but be mindful of you doing things to inflict situations upon yourself. And be always ready to take accountability. And you think before you act, think before you speak. And like I said, you can become a great teacher. And like I said,
I
just
think
be.
that's what I might be,
Oh,
because I
okay.
like children.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying to you. You have to be very mindful of what you do. Dance is very important. You should
Mm.
definitely dance because you have energy that you need to disperse. You also have to deal with
Yeah.
you have to deal with also um, honing a skill like knitting or using the weave because that's going to keep give you concentration. Dancing will offlet steam, but the meditative actions is what you're going to be dealing with. Ah, that's interesting. Thank you. You're born on the same day as Michael Jai White, that great brother who deals with martial arts.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so you have that as well. Dancing would be your martial arts.
Mm. Powerful.
Dancing.
Okay.
Powerful
I did
advice.
dance when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Oh no, look at when I was younger. Look at you.
Okay, like when I was 6,
Okay, well now,
12 years ago. I mean,
okay,
6 years ago.
okay. So start dancing again and
Yeah.
getting into that. That'll give you the chance to hone and pick up something that deals with your hands and concentration. You'll see what I mean when you do.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for the call, man. All right.
Mari, by the way.
Mari, I'm
Mari.
sorry, Mari. Okay.
Sorry.
Bye.
All right, peace, peace, Mari. Shout out to that young sister right there. Let's
I can't really remember what it is I said to her, but I did hear it on one of your on your repeats because somebody told me they cut that piece and sent it to me.
yeah, I don't know what happened to that. I gotta go check it out on my end.
Yeah, me too.
Let's get
To
to
this
this brother
brother
here,
here,
Bar
Bar
Heavy
Heavy
J.
J. Hello. Thanks
Uh,
for having us, Dr. Phil. I mean, Dr. Valentine and
Look at that.
Rick.
Who is that person sitting there?
This is Mac. And
Hello. Look at that face. Boy, you could not deny that to the judge. You could not deny that to the judge.
mm, she has a question that she would like to ask if y'all would be gracious enough to answer her and, try to help her along with it, please.
Okay.
Okay. How do you do shadow work?
Ooh,
Ooh,
all
all
in a
in a
short little word.
word.
Well, the
Well, the
first
first
thing you have to know
thing
is
is
that
that
three
she
layers.
is.
I think I'm hearing a feedback. Okay. There are
I
three.
had to mute his mic, but go ahead, yeah.
Okay. There are three layers to us. There's the conscious mind, there's the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is where the shadow is. Okay. Now, the only way you can actually get to your shadow is if the light is on in the conscious mind. And the conscious mind has to be empty of all kinds of hate and anger and all types of,
Mm.
okay? Because at that time now the light shines through when the conscious mind is clear and guiltless and doesn't feel any kind of wave. I hate this person. I don't like this person. Once that happens, the light shines on the subconscious. And that part of the subconscious that feeds the light begins to cast the shadow into the unconscious. So once you understand those three layers, now you have to study the conscious mind and what that means, study the subconscious mind, see what that means, and then understand how the unconscious works as well. So I can't get deeper into that, but if you were to study those three layers of how the mind works, then you'll be right at the door, knocking on the door on the secrets of the shadow world.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hey,
Thank
thank you
you
so
so
much for
much
the
for the
question.
question. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
peace.
you.
Peace,
Peace,
man.
man.
All right. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. All right. Let's get to the next question. Let's see if Reese Jordan, you ready yet, man? What's going on, brother?
Yo, I'm so glad. How you guys doing? Hi, Dr. Valentine. I'm sorry,
We're
All
Rick.
good.
right.
We're good.
I was hoping I get through, man. I have this thing going on with me. It's so amazing. I play a lot of tennis. I played a lot of tennis and golf. I used to be a basketball player, but I took up tennis and
We
golf. So
can't
one
hear
day,
you that good, brother. We can't hear you that good.
Come
so one
straight up
day when
here.
I, you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
now.
yes.
Okay. So one day when I got in the car after playing tennis and golf, I couldn't barely put my hands together. Like, see how they're moving? So I
Yeah.
just kept playing. I just kept playing with this energy for a couple days, and I looked it up, and it said that I had opened my hand chakras, and then I was in the beginning stages of being a healer, and I can do all these things. You should see how my body moves. I'm like, whoa.
This dude here.
Yo, I can walk in slow motion. It's like crazy. What?
Only here, brother Rick. Only
Brother, I
here.
wasn't ready for you, man.
I know.
I wasn't ready.
Yo,
I love it.
it's
I love
it's
it. I
amazing.
love it.
It's amazing about